as they say in America, let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. Welcome to the podcast, Dani Rabin. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Doing really well.
Good.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being on the show. I actually found you through Instagram because you have your account is called Marvin Music, like Marvin, your band. We're going to talk about that too, of course. And I think the first one I saw was the Scat Lady rant. And I laughed my ass off. It's so funny. So before we start talking about like important stuff like music and guitar and gear and stuff, how did that come about? Because I love that you're such an opinionated guy, but you do it with such humor and grace. It's fantastic.
Oh, why? Thank you. Yeah, you know, all that came about. I get a lot of people writing me like, you know, why don't you just like shut up and play your guitar? Why are you like talking all this trash on Instagram? Well, I tried that for the first 20 years. But what happened? We were just on tour and I just, I think it was like some Berkeley, the first thing was like the Berkeley Professor Jam. I just did like a reaction video to that where it's just a bunch of the Berkeley dudes just
the guitar
like ass. Yeah, the guitar faculty. And it's just like they're all, you know, it's like they were sounding terrible and they were also actively trying to defend it online, you know, and it's, they're just so out of touch, you know, getting big salaries and then not understanding the internet. So it was that. And then I remember just taking my phone, like with this front facing camera and just started to talk trash. And all of a sudden I just saw like whatever it was, you know, it was getting to like 10 times the people. And I just started making like a few videos where I was just walking down the street. I'd write, you know, it's like some people think that that's the way I articulate myself in real time. It's not quite that intense. I write these things out and use like a teleprompter app and read it. But I don't know, like it became a sort of side quest, a hobby, but the reach of it has been a lot more than my fusion music, I'll tell you that, for social media. Typically my process would be that I sit late at night on my couch and I think about something that's stupid, like scat singing. That it's not even that I dislike scat singing. Like I love Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong. We all know this feeling of going to a jazz club and seeing like, you know, this menopausal woman just standing on stage screaming at you and it's not good. And it's kind of goofy. And if you're on the bandstand with these people, you know what it's like to send a look to somebody who's like, you know, get a lot of those. Look at Susan over there. She's going nuts, you know? And also there's, you know, some things like are okay things, but it depends on how they get delivered. Like Ella Fitzgerald had a lot of finesse and class and style. Some of these people just kind of look you in the eye and go, it's fucking scary to be around. So yeah, I mean, a lot of things are obviously funny. But yeah. Yeah. I saw one of your pictures cut out, so I'm not sure where to look. I'm going to look at you right there.
Yeah, look at me. I did it just because I see myself double from two angles.
Oh, okay. Perfect. This is better.
It's just
I like it better.
Yeah.
So I kept looking back and forth, so I like looking at your face like that.
Thank you.
By the way, I also have to applaud your mustache. It's very impressive.
Oh, thank you. It's my hobby. I did a tour with a backline and he had a mustache like this and I told him one day I'm going to be as brave as you, and then I just started it and it kind of stuck. Thank you so much.
That's great. Yeah.
No, but it's cool. You're a good example of I wouldn't have found your YouTube channel with lots of great lessons or your fusion band Marvin without your Instagram and your hilarious scat rant.
Oh, thank you.
so no, I thank you. I'm so happy. I'm happy every time I find good music that I haven't heard of. And it's like, it makes me really happy. And I thought about it straight away. Like, I have to have this guy on the podcast.
Well, thank you for having me. Yeah. So we do music too.
Yes. So you're in Chicago, right?
I am. Yeah.
So is your band Chicago based, or are you guys spread out?
Yeah.
Or
we're pretty spread out. I mean, our bassist and our saxophonist are up in Wisconsin, Milwaukee and Sheboygan, and our drummer is close to Chicago. I'm the only one that's really in the city, but we just get together for touring. We don't do like a lot of one-offs. We just got back yesterday. We were doing some stuff in the Midwest. But yeah, we've been around for a long time. And now we have little kids, so we're touring less and doing more like the stuff you're seeing on our YouTube and Patreon and all that stuff, like more educational. But yeah, we just actually made an album. Like we got done tracking like 3 weeks ago. It's the first time we just went in, no click, no nothing. And it's so fucking nice to record that.
Nice. Oh yeah. I agree.
It's just the best, just to play music well without the opportunity to edit too much.
Yeah.
I feel like everything's returning to that, which is very nice.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I think it's even people who aren't musicians can feel the difference, because it's a different vibe to it. The thing that happens in a room when you play music with your band or other people, it's a different energy than music that is produced with lots of
100%.
Yeah.
And when you produce,
like a
you have to
Dropbox
get
record.
Yeah, exactly. You have to get into this thing where, like, okay, so what are we doing first? And the moment you sort of fragment the process, it's like playing on drums, replacing the drums. It's like there's nothing is ever in the center. Other like, like Metheny records, were all made with those weird like synth claviers as like the basis. And it's like when you do things like that, I mean, you can make good things, but we have just made so many of those things now that became the standard. And like when you hear something that breathes like a Coltrane record or, or like a Louis Armstrong record, Django record, it's like, whoa, like it's so, like, who cares that it ended up like 4 BPMs faster?
No, nobody cares.
Yeah, it's not. It's not
and
a
especially when because you guys, it's a lot of it is well, I think all music that includes improvisational elements gain from playing together, because
100%.
Because it's the thing that happens in the moment.
Yeah.
The magic. I think I counted. Have you guys made 15 albums?
Just about. I don't keep track.
That's impressive.
Yeah. We've always had this motto of just write the music you like, go out and play it a lot, record it, and be done with it, and just move on. So just burn the songs, like they've okay, like that was just us, whatever, for the last 3 years, start from scratch. So
I love that.
I think that's very wise, or especially like a lot of people will put on the chains of fame without any reason. You don't, like, if you don't have any hits, nobody's expecting to hear them. No, so just don't play them. Just play, or like make a fresh 90 minutes, like sculpt the time in a new way.
So how long has it been the same 4 guys, or has there been changes in the lineup? And how did you guys start?
Yeah, so Marvin, the origin of the name is Markovich Rabin. That's me and the saxophone player.
Yeah.
And we got together in 2007, so we're going on 20 years soon.
Yeah.
And it's the only band I've ever been in. I would have been in 2 years. I would have been in this band for more time than not. In my life, so for the majority of my life. So yeah, I mean, it's very, I guess, uncompromising in the sense that it's exactly, and through the years has been like exactly what I want to play.
Yeah.
And what Dani wants to play, the other saxophone player is also, his name's also Dani. And we just write music together that we feel would be fun for us to explore, and get through. And we've had a ton of lineups through the years. Our bassist is the newest member. Our drummer is actually going to be leaving the band in January, and we're going to get a new one. And he's been with us a long time, since 2018. But we went through a bunch of, it's always quartet, saxophone, drums, bass, guitar. And we went through a bunch of lineups. I always say that rhythm sections are like underwear. Their role is to keep dickheads in place, but the moment that they get dirty, it's time to throw them away and find a new pair.
I like that. It was funny.
Yeah.
So I guess it's you and Dani. You write most of the music then.
All of it.
All of it. Yep.
All of it. Yeah. We always tell people in the band, like, we will never let you write anything. If you have a great idea, like, your parts you are free with. We'll never tell you what to play. We won't hire you if we don't like how you play. We don't want to tell you what to play. We'll show you the chords if you can't figure them out, and you have to feel your way through everything else, and you have absolute freedom, but don't try to pawn off your melodies on us. We're just we just tell you, we don't care if they're great or terrible. We just don't want them.
No, it's
not the ethos. Yeah. And I think when you, in a nice way, when you tell people that in the beginning, they know where they stand, and then they can either dig it or not. And that is what the band is.
Yeah. So you and the sax player, who's the band leader? Is it you or him, or you guys together? Or?
So, I mean, it's us together. I do all the social media stuff, and our, Patreon, YouTube, all that. And he does all the booking. He always did all the booking and all the business management and the finances. So it's kind of a situation where early on we found out who's good at what, and we allocated things to what suits your character, not creating these weird quotas. Because for me, if I had to book a show and send emails and do all that, it's so de-energizing for me. It crushes my soul to have to do it, but he doesn't mind. So
no,
so
you send 50
emails
emails and you get half a reply. So
it's very tedious. It's not doesn't suit my character.
No, but that's a good split between the shores, so to speak.
Yeah.
So you've had this band for now 20 years. What in your book, what's a good band leader? What's the qualities of a good band leader?
I think a good band leader is somebody who pays their employees well and on time. That's probably the first most important thing. I think any environment that's going to be successful is one that requires trust. So I think being trustworthy, respecting people, we never have drama because we just don't hire people that are like that, and we are not like that. So keeping things professional, I think. Not in the sense of like not telling dick jokes. We're not professional in that sense at all. I take it back. I mean, I think that could be misconstrued. When I say professional, I don't mean like put on a fake face and be very PC. But yeah, I mean, I think making sure that the kind of opportunities you take are good ones. And it's tough now. I mean, I think a lot of people need to understand the job which they enter, right? So it's like if you're expecting a set of opportunities and a set of what shows are like that are completely disconnected from reality, then you will be very frustrated, I'd say, playing fusion. But when you understand, in our genre at least, what shows look like, what accommodations look like, what food looks like, what travel looks like ahead of time, and somebody's be able to present the job to you in a very honest way and then give you enough work, that's sort of as good as it gets. But things for us have been really awesome lately, so I really can't complain about anything. Like
That's great.
really been,
I'm happy to hear that.
It's really been. A lot of people have a very negative take on how music is in 2026, and I feel very lucky to not be amongst these people.
Good, and that's because you created something that works, or in a way. I mean, it works financially, and because I saw you guys did quite a long tour this spring, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we played a ton, and we do these rock cruises now in the States. I'm not sure if you guys have those in Europe, but we have European bands that come on those, and we do 3 of those a year, which are really cool, really like a lot of famous bands, and they bring us to those, and those have been lucrative. And so on the way to the tours, we tour back and forth typically.
Oh yeah, because a lot of those they're from Miami, right?
Yeah, Miami and Orlando, and this year Monsters of Rock, which we're playing, is leaving from LA, so we're going to do a longer tour there. But we have little kids, so our wives just don't allow us to go for too long.
Of course.
So it's
we
would be
you
gone
guys
all
get
the
booked
time
on the Monster of Rock cruise with a fusion band. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, the production company just they like us a lot, and they just book us on every cruise they do, regardless of how unrelated it is stylistic, and we do well, so because people awesome. we don't fit equally in everything we get. There's no fusion cruise,
No.
So wherever they shove us is something where we had the first, I don't know, 7 years that we were touring, nobody knew us anywhere. We would just tour and tour and tour. And back in, I'd say up until 2020, up until COVID, we were doing a lot of shows, like 200 shows a year minimum. Some years from 300.
Yeah.
So we would just go everywhere. We were young, and we got used to this thing of trying to win over a room of people who aren't there to listen to us.
Yeah.
So, and with fusion, that's not a simple thing, because you create this split. It's like, this thing where it's sink or swim. Like the reaction to what we do is either like leave immediately or get into it. It's hard to be indifferent because it's a lot of notes coming at you and it's loud.
Yeah.
So the people who can get it, we try to make them get it. Yeah. So in those kind of situations on a boat, we have them for like 5 days. We play a lot of shows, and eventually, we've managed to become kind of a staple in those things.
Yeah, that's awesome. It makes me very happy to hear. So do you? Excuse me. When you tour, do you do a lot of like venues where you book the venue, like a theater or a club, and sell tickets, or is it a combination of like
all hard tickets?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, all hard tickets. We in 2014, we decided we're going to like not do like bars and guarantees anymore, and that was a very hard transition in the beginning. Like because we went from like playing, for I don't know, 40 people, 30, 50, 60 people a night to like 3.
Yeah.
and to me, that was the hardest part. Like, I don't mind. I mean, I do. I don't like playing like bad. Like, nobody likes playing empty shows.
No.
But when you have so few people that the people there feel bad for you and also can't leave because they know that like if they leave, they like take away like a third of your audience. So it's like they feel so naked, and it's like there's something in that dynamic that I just remember hating more than anything. Like, that was rough psychologically. But again, it's one of those things too that like, there's a way when you're improvising, when you're playing, there's like this thing about going inwards when you close your eyes, where you can do it from a place of fear and shutting out the world. And you can do it from a place of just being so deeply scarred and bruised that you honestly you can't feel it anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you play so many shows, it's just that part of you that cares just gets like smashed to death slowly. And you just get so callous to where you can just, after a while, just chill out and concentrate on what you're doing. It's just like, there are parts of you that need to be beaten to death. Especially when you're starting out as a kid and you think like a lot of things are riding on every line, every note, and every thing. So, I mean, I'm very glad that that part of me is now gone.
Do you think it made you a better player? Not 100%. Like leaving that behind?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. I think that in improvisation, you want... It's like a trip, you know, somebody's taking you on a trip. And a lot of people now care way too much about the people in the group that they're leading on the trip. So it's kind of like a lot of the trips you go on, you have like this camp counselor, like pretending you're a 4-year-old. They keep checking in. It's like, are you okay? Do you like sweet picking? How about if I tap? Do you like that? Is this tasty?
Yeah.
They keep checking in with you. And it's like, a good trip is like, for an adult, is like going to the Amazons, and you want a leader that's just walking in front of you. You just trust that they know where they're going. You're not going to die. You know, it's but you got to be alert and follow. And I think when you're too aware, you care too much about the audience, you keep doing this weird thing where you look at them to make sure you're doing good, and it destroys a lot. You lose more than you gain.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good take. So you started doing all the ticketing yourself, and then it, of course, it grew because you're still doing it, and you guys are successful. So that makes me very happy too.
Yeah.
So did you after the pandemic? Was there a lot of places that shut down, or was
Oh my God, so many. Well, during the pandemic, we weren't big, let's say, we weren't, I'll put it mildly, we were not scared of the virus. So we were out for about 80 days in 2020, doing backyard shows at our fans' backyards. Just we'd reach out on Facebook and be like, listen, we're touring. We don't care. So we went as a duo because and we just kept going.
Yeah.
And that was actually awesome. It was really fun. Fun times. We were like, and the fun thing too is that everybody was at home just watching Netflix for a year, and we were out there having a really good time. And but it created a thing in the States where a lot of venues shut down, and the things that took their place are very corporate, which is not great.
All right.
So big money kind of went in a way, I think, saved a lot of these venues. I mean, but now you have issues with it. Doesn't affect us. It really destroyed touring for the level up from us. So like, I think if you're playing 800,000 rooms, Live Wire gobbled up a lot of those rooms after COVID, and now they have leverage on the touring circuit, which a lot of people are probably suffering from at that level. But for us, like, we still deal with private people. We always find a place to play, and we don't need much. Like, we just need a basic sound system, a room, and we'll be fine. So we always find a place to play.
That is great. Yeah, because I've heard about the blue dot fever in the States, like Live Nation having massive problems selling tickets. And I also read that ticketing prices has gone up since the pandemic with like 67 or 70%, or sometimes hundreds of percents. And it's not, that's not doable. It's people can't afford to go, of course.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, I don't understand why anybody would go out to see live music, but it's, but again, it's kind of like, you don't, like, when you're like a prostitute, you don't want to go to the bar to meet some guys, you know. It's just that's work. But yes, I'm glad people still like it.
Yeah, for sure. And you guys, you've made, I think, 2 live albums as well.
Yeah,
yeah,
a couple.
Yeah, a couple of live albums. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So
our next one is basically live in the studio, but it's better than anything we've done. I don't know. It's
cool.
It was recorded really nicely. And,
where did you guys record it?
This is called Narwhal Studios in Chicago. And I don't know if you've ever seen Audio Tree. That's like it's like a company that does like live in studio footage, but it's like the same facility that they use. Just nice room. It's crazy what happened to the studios. Like so many of the big rooms are just gone. You know, like a major city like Chicago literally has a handful of studios left because people record at home so much. But when you need to get a nice drum sound, you still need a nice room with nice equipment.
For sure. Oh yes.
Yeah. So but it was awesome, man. Like usually I'm not that excited. I've grown a little bit jaded from the process of making records with click tracks, with opening the door for editing. It's just something about it. Is it like the Suno guy in that interview where he says like recording music is a drag? He's not wrong. Like producing music, like in that way, it is a drag. It's very daunting to deal with it and then like deal with the fact that like a good take is like kind of like, you know, off the grid and you fix a little bit of the drums and then you have to fix the bass. And before you know it, you're fixing everything and tuning and doing all this shit. And the ethos of just playing and being okay with it and just looking back at what you did and actually just working on how it sounds rather than trying to manipulate what happened.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah. And it's also very effective doing live off the floor stuff because then it is what it, like you said, it is what it is. You can't fiddle too much with it. And especially if you record stuff and there's bleed, then you can't move a drum hit or tune off a note or whatnot. So it actually saves a lot of time and heartache for not being able to fix anything. Still, that's what we sounded to. That's what we sounded when we played our tunes.
Yeah, I mean,
it's that's it.
And if you're not happy, instead of editing the music, you can edit the people.
Yeah,
just
for sure.
Fire that guy. It's like, dude, like the bass is not in time. How about I get a different bassist?
Yeah. So what gear did you bring to this recording session?
I use the custom audio electronics amps, the ones that like John Sewer and Bradshaw designed in the 90s. So 100-watt custom audio electronics OD100. It's like the one Landau and Scott Henderson used. And I had a Kerry Wright 412 cab with what are the Heritage 65 speakers for like 4 of those, and it sounds so good. And my main, like a Sewer Strat, I just play one guitar for the whole record. I don't, switching guitars like in shows and records, it's like for me, I get getting different sounds, but the way it feels that day under your fingers, it's like you're strengthening this connection with this thing. And like when you pick up the new one, it's so cold. I don't know what, like, it's just like you're just, to me, like in an hour, there's like you get deeper and deeper into like the way that it wants to be touched today. And then to like just start this new thing for like 6 minutes with a new guitar and then put it down, it totally ruins my flow. So I decided a long time ago that like whatever I'm writing for the hour, I'm writing whatever instrument I have.
Yeah. Is that the Sunburst Strat? Thing?
Yeah, exactly. It's the Sewer Strat that I have. And yeah, so and I just ran typically all my sounds have, if it's clean sounds, then it's gonna have like reverb. Some of them are like a small reverb or a big reverb. I use it's called the Ventress by Source Audio Electronics. I really like that
Yeah.
reverb. Um, there's an E-dome setting on it that's very like Jeff Beck-ish, kind of wide, that I use
Yeah.
a lot. And all the dirty sounds have like a delay on them. So like it's also Source Audio Electronics, the Nemesis. And actually talking to Scott Henderson, he got me into this idea of switching out, of putting in a Voodoo 1, the Roger Mayer pedal, because he
Oh.
just started bringing that back. That was the sound that he was using on
Cool.
Dog Party.
Yeah.
And then he stopped, and now he's back to it. And my God, that I because I'm not hugely enthusiastic about pedals in general. It's like I use them, but it's not like something I think about too much. So I've been kind of running a very similar rig for a lot of years, and that one is a lot of mojo. That one in particular is like something that once I put it in, it's kind of always on now. And I really, really dig it. So that one's really good. I highly recommend people check out the Voodoo one by Roger Mayer. They're very expensive now, but they're rare. But you can get them from Japan. Yeah. But they do come on reverb every now and again.
Yeah. So you use that together with the distortion from the amp, I guess?
So I use it, I have 2 channels. So like with the clean channel, I mean, I run both of them fairly gainy, but not crazy gainy. But yeah, it's the way that I run it is like, it's like how people used to run like old tube screamers, right? Gain all the way down, level all the way up.
Yeah.
And the tone's kind of in the middle. So what it really does is that it just adds this absurd amount of usable low end to your sound.
Yeah.
But it's sitting in the right place. It doesn't sound boomy at all. It's just like, it's very thick without making the notes go ooh. Which I don't like the ooey sound at all. Like when it starts sounding like a weird space flute. It's kind of like Landau-ish, to where like just the low end of the guitar like has like this pillow underneath it. It's very 3D. It's very good.
So does it push the amp so you get more gain from the amp too? Or
not too much. It's more like a strange EQ thing that happens.
Cool.
So it's like it doesn't feel like opening a boost, to where like everything is now kind of like, super touch sense. I mean, it's a little bit you do feel a tiny bit of like, that nice compression, like you turn something on and the notes flow out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But to me, the thing what it really does to my ear is it adds this low end hump that's like right in the right place, like 300 to 80-ish.
Yeah.
None of that like and it's just some air, some support underneath high notes.
Yeah.
But I think also maybe I haven't tried it with smaller rigs, but I think for 412s, like I run my bass on my amp on 0 and always have.
Yeah.
And it reintroduces a usable low end. So when you're dealing something that actually we were the opener band for Alan Holdsworth for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks in 2012, a long time ago when I was like a kid. But he said something to me that really stuck in my mind, which is you have to think about your guitar sound as something that's equal in wavelength to the size of the drum kit you're playing with for your notes to make sense.
Oh, wow.
So like
that's
412s move this, it doesn't, like, that's why like all this fucking whatever helix or all this shit, it's like, it's just a bunch of bullshit. It's not about what it sounds like. It's about how it's moving the air, right? So like if a rock kit is approximately the size of a 412, a bebop kit is approximately the size of a 212. It's just like, there's just like if you're playing with a cajon, you can get away with like playing with a 112. It's if you just take a dumb fucking person and stand him in a room and like give him pictures of amps and other instruments and be like, can you match the cab to what's going on here? And just base it on common sense, you will get the right answer every time.
I never thought about it that way. I like it.
Yeah, it's just like,
it makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, again, it's like if you're hitting that drum, it's like, again, because if you take a 212 and you crank it, like you get to this thing where everything hurts and nothing is hitting you right, So for the sound to just move in a proportionate way, it just needs to physically make sense.
Yeah.
So again, I can't, that's why it feels so terrible to play a 412 with somebody playing like a jazz kit. Your notes kind of, doesn't matter what they do. You can't find the volume because it doesn't fit. It's too big. Like the notes, they're not too bassy or too mid-rangey. The wavelength is too large. You're just moving too much air. So again, it's like adjusting. Like,
oh wow!
Same reason why you wouldn't. Why playing like a bass saxophone solo over a tiny drum kit doesn't. You're just moving too much air.
Yeah. So is that the only gain pedal you have, or you have any more gain pedals?
No, I have an RC booster that I very seldomly use. I have an SD9. Very similar to Scott Anderson's rig. I'm not. That was my main inspiration always for tone.
He's always sounded great.
And I've never, honestly, like I've never looked too far away from it. Like for me, I've always thought about, what you shouldn't do is play people's licks. You can learn people's licks and you can learn a lot from them. Yeah. But there's this clear point where you start to imitate somebody's sound and somebody's vibe. And that's a choice. It doesn't just happen. That's like in the secret chambers of your soul, you're choosing to do this disgusting thing. And this very cowardly thing, very like not committing to how you imagine it. But in terms of sound color, man, it's like you're already playing a guitar. You didn't invent the guitar. The fact that you go to the Guitar Center and buy some random shit that you don't like doesn't make you an individual, So I'm basing the sound color on the people playing the kind of music and getting the kind of sound that you like makes a lot of sense. Buy the machinery that's in line with what works for your ear.
Yeah, totally. I like that.
Yeah.
So do you remember how you mic'd up the cab for this latest recording?
Yeah. So I did. I always do a Royer and a 57.
Yeah.
Same way everybody does, slightly off center.
Well, if it ain't broke, and so on.
Yeah. 100%. And I find that like from song to song, they do very different things. Like 57 to me, whenever it's just kind of like a rock and soul, has a sound that I just love. I've always loved it. And the Royer, whenever it needs to be like warm or like something, and ribbon mics are nice because they just, when you brighten them up, they do something where.
Yeah, it's true.
It's very distinct and I like it. But I used a pair of 87s, just condensers. And I like something that I really like having is I stand by the cab and I put two microphones right where my ears are.
Right.
A right and a left. And the way that I hear my 412 from like, I don't know, 7 or 8 feet away, is what I'm used to. Like, people are like always like the sound I have in my head. It's like, this is literally the closest I can put microphones to where I am. So it's a little bit diffused. It's a little bit far. It's not far enough to be very verby or roomy, but it's, to me, I don't like when you put your ear to the center of the cone, you get a lot of information that will frighten you. Like nobody listens to guitar.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But like that's how we mic, you know, we
Yeah.
make like little modifications to make it less papery and insanely bright. But at the end of the day, you are getting, you know, you're drinking very close to the fire hydrant.
Yeah.
So to me, having that, it's not really a stereo effect. They're pretty close. They're right here, but it's very close to how I actually hear it.
Yeah.
I don't mean it like metaphorically, just physically.
Yeah.
And I treat that kind of panned a little bit as the center of the sound, and then I put the microphones in there till I get kind of like the clarity I want.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So
I have to try that.
It's four.
That's
So it's 4 mics. Yeah, but it's like for me, it's just I don't like when it's all close mic'd and I've just stood there and played guitar, and even if it sounds very good in a mix, like I like to be able to hear it and kind of like have this thing where it matches my memory of just playing it.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. Total sense.
Yeah.
And I guess you can use a bit more or less depending on the track and how busy it is and so on as well.
Yeah. And like this, you know, other records, like I would like have another rig in another room that's like bypassing all my delays and reverbs, like just to be safe if I overdo a reverb to where I could do something with plugins. But this time I was just like, fuck it. And it was a better call to just play with the sounds I play. Because, you know, we played a billion shows. Like, we played like legitimately, like, I don't know, 500 shows with this repertoire over the last couple of years. So we're like, I pretty much know what I want it to sound like.
So how did you choose the songs? Did you take the funniest ones or the...
No, these are just the songs that we like, again, like we just write for a while until we have like a solid 90 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
And then that's kind of like our main set. And after that, you know, we'll play some older tunes and typically some newer tunes. Like now we're kind of like halfway through whatever the next thing will be.
Yeah.
So like but the way we write is just, we used to be a lot more like, you know, write, send people stuff, you know, but now we'll write something with an acoustic guitar in the van while we're driving. We'll teach it to people and sound check.
Yeah.
We'll run through it the next day and sound check, next day, then be like, ready? Boom, like just count it off. Everybody's like, no, I didn't know we were doing it today. And then we usually like, we'll fuck it up a lot. Or like we'll play a solo section, like we'll write changes for like a solo section. And then like, be like, that felt awful. Let's never do that again. Like, but like this, I like this and I like that and I like that. But we went to that bridge. That felt terrible. Let's put this chord instead. This bridge could be, you played it like that. Try this, you know. So I think when you're in a process where you're trying things, and you're honest, that's the thing that people don't understand. I get people that ask me about like writing. And it's like if you're a deeply dishonest person, it's going to be very difficult for you to write, because now we're in a generation where a lot of people are talking about their truth, right? Not the truth. But it's like, if you think about, I like this quote, which is, truth is the organizing intelligence of the universe.
Oh, wow.
You know, and when you are walking around, like when I say truth to you, like, you know, there's like things that enter your mind are like mathematical truth and historical truth. Like, was I taught the right things at school? And like, you know, 2 + 2 = 4, right? It's like, those are like true things. But the kind of truth that's useful in music is not historic or mathematical. It's that you are in the world and you have things in your purview, and then you are discerning the things that you feel are true from the things that you feel are untrue based on something. So for like, you know, principles like aesthetics is what we use, and harmony, right? Like harmony is like just the natural relationships of notes, like literal frequencies that align to resonate with each other and not create this insane beating. The proof is in the world, right? So it's like you have to be sensitive to how, like, an honesty is just the only way you can, like, pluck out the truth from the untrue inside your purview, right? It's like your truth is just everything you see, right? It's just like this block, and people are like, no, this is it's like, no, that's like, it's very colored by like your shit, right? It's like you have to spend the time to take out the things that you think have value, and writing is the process of that. But you're not supposed to be like a Mozart figure that like does it with a pencil in your room. You can also like just try shit out and then listen to it, and be like, oh my God, this melody is terrible. Like, I thought it was great, but it felt horrible when I did it in front of people. How about we don't do that anymore? Like, like the first 5 notes were great, but then we did this thing. When the chord changed, I felt something very like I was overcome with embarrassment. Let's instead of getting used to that, let's change it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's that simple.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So how's the music scene in Chicago? Do you guys have like a spot where you play regularly?
No. I don't. I decided not to engage with it and go online for Patreon and making content and all that because it's so bad. It's like,
really?
It's not that the music is bad or the players are bad. It's that it's not a good path forward for a musician who wants to be successful, to be in a local scene. I mean, you could be successful at making money, but it will inevitably crush your soul unless you're really cut out for that kind of work.
Yeah, because I totally get what you mean.
Yeah.
And
you'll have to piecemeal your income from things that you really don't care about, unless your idea of a successful journey in music is just to be able to hold an instrument every night and make money that way. Some people, that's the whole thing. Like, they want to get out of the house. They want to play. They don't care if it's weddings or jazz gigs or country or blues or bluegrass, like whatever they get the call for, they're happy. Great. I mean, that's like, just like being like kind of like a Swiss Army knife working. That was just never me, I care very much about specifically what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And presenting it a certain way. And again, it's improvised, but it's not just getting up there. If there were more straight ahead gigs that paid well, I would have a great time doing that. But it's just that it's like the money's not great, and it's hard to justify, honestly, like, for me, like, having a family and like doing that, like, I need it to be sort of either something I really want to do or something that's really lucrative, and for me, I haven't been like active in the scene at all. And online, like with Patreon and stuff like that, I've put a lot of my energy into just creating like this instructional material, and for YouTube too.
Yeah. Well, that's really
and just
smart.
teaching all the time.
Yeah.
Like the thing that I learned very early on making the instructional stuff, because in the beginning, a part of me was not used to doing that. And I grew up probably like you, watching a lot of like the Starlix and REH videos. Like, Joe Pass and Danny Gatton, like whoever,
all that.
would just, that was the most exciting thing. And in the beginning, I was sort of translating my takes on a lot of those kind of things, concepts that I learned from other people. And when you do it for a while, you just run out of stuff to steal, honestly. That's what happens pretty early on, if that's your mentality. So then I started, and it's also created an opportunity for me to teach privately all the time online.
Yeah.
As much as I wanted, I can always book up my days doing that. So I got into this pattern where I just teach like when I'm home for, I don't know, 6 to 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
And I only take people who are working on some stuff that's interesting to me. And then every Monday I go and I shoot content all day. But
Yeah.
the content is just a summary of everything I did with people that week. So the
Yeah.
people will show me where they're stuck, what they don't understand, and then I'll try to come up with some sort of creative solution for a problem.
Yeah.
And I think you get into a process of actually discovering how you see it and how you would like to resolve some of the issues that people are having when you do
Yeah.
that.
That's a really smart way to come up with material for and because then you can, when you make that, you can use that material on other students.
Yeah.
Whether it's whatever it is, whatever the topic is, it's you have to think about, how do I fix his problem about playing over dominant chords or substitutions or whatnot, and then you can just make a lesson that you can apply to everybody else.
100%.
Or make a video
100%.
for YouTube as a lesson.
Yeah, I found out I had a real epiphany thinking about this is one of my upcoming grants, but like it's very true. The Indians gave us this beautiful system for metaphor. I take it metaphorically. They take it very seriously, but like they talk about chakras.
Yeah.
And I never thought about the root chakra, like as they say that it's in your root, but I never understood that that's your asshole. And it blew my mind, and correlating different areas of the body to what people don't get about music. I found out to my amazement that most guitar players and bassists have a problem of alignment where they don't understand the pulse. And the pulse, and I mean, not the tempo, but the place that there's a physiological connection between your acts and the music. And they try to feel time in their shoulders or in their head or in their feet.
Yeah.
But it's all about like the feeling of like actually listening to a song, like, you know, the place you feel it is in your ass. And it's specifically in your asshole. And the moment that you stop, like it's the one thing that you have to coordinate in your practice. Like everything is relating to this pulse, no matter if you're playing in 7 or in 5 or fast or slow. It's like there's this physiological place where you have to tune yourself to other people, and it's inside your root. And I felt like, you know, that's like just an example, but some of the things I teach, like, you know, they might sound funny, but like, feel like, man, like once you convince somebody to play that way for 15 minutes, they don't play another way ever again.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just cool. It's just like, oh, that's what it should feel like. But it's funny, like gurus do something to people which is very necessary. You know, a lot of them, you know, do it because they just want to bang young ladies and buy Rolls Royces.
Yeah.
But what do they do? You know, it's like they make you re-examine things that you think you know. Like if they say, like, you don't know what truth is, or you don't know what love is. Yeah. And you're like, oh, don't I? Like, you need to, like they say, like, you know, whatever. Love is the manifesting force. And it's like, what is love? Maybe I don't know. But, and then you become open to the power of suggestion, right? It's like once you take this thing that's axiomatic for most people and you open it up, like, you know, this is what like linguistic programming is. You open it up, then the way that you redefine things, you know, make you, first of all, able to rethink, and also make you very easily manipulated. The thing about being a good teacher is that you have to make people reopen some things, like talking about groove or about harmony. It's like, what if you've never grooved?
Yeah.
People have a very hard time thinking about that because they've like, but I played 1,000 weddings. It's like, yeah, but what if they never grooved? What if 100% of the time when you played your whole life, you've never grooved before? What if, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what if you've never played with conviction, like your gut? What if you've never actually played with authority? What if your sense of harmony was always off? What if, like, you know, it's just being able to truly start from scratch that really tends to make the lasting improvements, you know, with people. I think it's very important in the context of like a lesson to make students confront their actual, like you hear that you're not just mean to people, but like, you know, you need to
Yeah.
hear somebody play and then be like, listen, like this thing that you're doing wrong, you're always doing it wrong. This isn't a bad take, you know?
Yeah.
Like you're holding the pick in a way that's like you're making a bad sound all the time and you're not aware of it, you know? So, yeah. I mean,
Yeah. No, but there's a lot. I think there's a lot of great takeaways from teaching as a player, because you have to think about why you do certain things and why certain things work, and
mhm.
and I think it makes you maybe a bit more humble
Yeah,
to music in general, and I think it makes you a better player, actually.
100%. Yeah.
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 No.
I mean, yeah, humble, you know, the humble thing is interesting because like in, we're in an era where it is cool or expected to act humbly. But people, very unhumble people, are acting extremely humbly. So it's very disorienting. You know, it's like
Yeah.
like the humility is understanding how small you are in the grand scheme of things and
Yeah.
not taking yourself too seriously.
Hmm.
And having a sense of humor. That tends to be like the real symptom of true humility.
Yeah.
Just having a lightness to you. You see a lot of people who say a lot of
Right words.
they exactly they do the virtue signaling of
Yeah.
humility but the moment that, like, you know, something happens, they don't act humbly at all. So I would trust the way people play is a much better sign of who they are than how they talk about their playing. Uh,
Yeah, I
I,
like that.
I, I think, that's like, if you want to really get to know a musician, close your eyes and listen to them.
Yeah.
Just listen to them play off the top of their mind, like improvise, see how they tell a
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
They'll tell the way that, like, you know, they bust into their things and when they choose to do things and whether they take you somewhere that they're going or they're trying to do something to you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's all right there. It's like in plain
Totally.
sight. Yeah.
I see you're holding it's a 175, right?
Yeah.
You were talking about more like straight ahead stuff, and on your
Mhm.
latest albums, there's some. I think it's I can't remember the name of the two, but there's a bit of Pat Metheny-ish vibe to it.
Oh yeah,
And it has to be
that
that
was
guitar.
shameless. Well, yeah. I mean, dude, that album is weird. That wasn't like a typical thing. That was Marbinico. So it's Paul Wernico from Pat Metheny Group playing drums.
Oh yeah.
So
That kind of
that
helps.
helped.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what happened was our saxophonist Danny had like a bunch of tunes that were always like too soft. And he had them for like a decade.
Yeah.
We always tried to like make one of them fit in our set, and it was always like the wrong vibe for our show. But I always loved those tunes, and we never used them. So I was like, why don't we just do a thing that's all at home, like just produced, tracked, click track, all that.
Yeah.
We'll get like Paul to play on it, and because he's just great at playing soft music. And the deal was like, well, you do your tunes, I'll just solo on them. We'll make it cheap, no money. I'll just do it at home.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I really had a dilemma because, you know, Paul just was doing those like flat ride things and the tune had those kind of harmonies. And it's just like, do I just like, because I'm a big Matheny fan, like Secret
Yeah.
Story and stuff was probably the album I listened to the most in my life out of any album. And I just remember like sitting there, like after we got all the melodies down, I was like about to track solo. So it's just like, what happens if I just do it?
Yeah.
If I just like do like my version of like Matheny, and I was just
Yeah.
like, fuck it. Like I put I put a little. So I just have
Yeah.
I like he's one of the guys that like I have this switch that I could like it's like I have like a Schofield switch, I have a
Yeah.
Matheny switch, I have like a Scott switch,
Yeah.
Jeff Beck, you know, it's just like those are my big influences. But yeah, that was I don't know. It's weird because it's a little like when I did get a lot of people obviously say it's like sounds all like Matheny, and when I listened to that album, I was just like, yeah, I know. You know, I just did it. It was not like I don't regret it too. It was a lot of fun. I knew it was an album that wasn't gonna do a lot for us. The vibe of it, and it's like so left field for what we do.
Yeah, but fun to do something different as well.
It's also like, you know, I was just like listening to the tune and listening to the way Paul plays, and it sounds, I mean, it's the same guy that was on the albums that I liked.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I just got to do it this way. And even if like I don't do it this way, then I'll always listen back and think that I should have done it this way. So I just played it that way.
So,
but yeah,
so how did you record the guitar? Do you use the same amp or?
that one was all, it actually wasn't this guitar. It was a 335 with,
right.
with like 13s, with like domestic
Flat
beam
ones?
set.
Yeah.
Not flat ones. That was
Not
all
flat ones.
around.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little
Right.
bit
Like
rolled
more
off.
arch top kind of vibe.
Yeah, exactly. And it was all with a super reverb, like a 63.
Yeah.
64 super reverb.
Cool.
Like a blackface.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did it with it was just mic'd with with a Cole ribbon mic.
Yeah. The 4038.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And an SM7B.
Yeah.
Just to get some like the note, like it's very like low MIDI. And yeah, I just did it at home, no studio, no nothing. We went to the studio to just track drums, and I played all the bass on it.
Yeah.
It was just honestly like, I don't know. We made that album for no money. It was just so and it's, you know, again, we weren't touring to support it. It's not tunes that we ever played live. So that one was very different.
Oh, but it sounds great. I like it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. It came together really nicely. It's like all the songs are short, which is very not what we usually do.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make something that was kind of like, I don't know. It came out exactly like I wanted it to. So,
yeah, and there's some acoustics on it as well, right?
Yeah.
I heard some steel string acoustic. And
yeah. So it's like I have a 50s Martin that was on it.
Oh,
I
nice.
have a lot of gypsy jazz guitars.
Yeah.
German guitar, Henning Doderer.
Yeah.
Recorded on a few of them. So yeah, it had some nice sounds on it.
Yeah, we haven't talked about the gypsy side of you yet. When did you start getting into the gypsy thing? Because that's a whole different world too, and it's like playing a different instrument. Or it is.
It's a whole other
everything from the sound and the technique and the picking and
Yeah, it was like about 2000, maybe 13. I got my ex-wife got me like a cheap Gitan guitar for my birthday, and I always liked it. Like, grew up listening to really like Jimmy Rosenberg and Django. Those are the two guys that I was sort of always aware of. I would listen to that. I had it kind of in my ear, but when I got the guitar, that was the first. I never really looked into the technique at all. And when I got the guitar, I remember like being like trying to apply like my Strat technique to it, and it's like my sound was like ants running on a fretboard. Like it's like there was no sound. Like it wasn't like, you know, you have this thing sometimes. I think people who play a lot of like, you know, chicken picking or something can play harder and do an approximation of like how you play a Telly and how you play a Martin are very different, but there's something uniform about them. Like it's like you can see that like if you maybe manipulate the technique a little bit and change some things, you could apply it. There was no bridge between how I approach playing a high gain strat and how you play Django. Just not, you can't apply that technique.
No.
So it was the first moment I was just like, oh, I have to start from nothing. I have to learn how to hold a pick. I have to learn how to hold the guitar, which is something they don't talk about. And yeah, it was just very, I guess, the first 4 years are the hardest.
Yeah.
But I didn't play any lead for about 4 or 5 years. I just played rhythm.
Yeah.
I just practice, but I was very obsessed. So I would. It was like a hobby. I wouldn't practice any fusion. I was a professional. I was in Marvin. I was a professional fusion player, but I would just sit there and practice all day, for years, for many years, and just play all the time. And yeah, eventually the technique just kind of started coming together, and it's a whole other mechanic for the right hand.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
You get, you have to understand the sound. I think that's the one thing people tend to skip. It's like you have to make the sound Django-esque. It's not a beautiful thing. It's very like, it's like there's very nasally, right?
Yeah, because when they started that tradition, they didn't have any amplifiers or microphones. They had to beat the hell out of the guitar to make it project.
Yeah, I mean, the way to think about it is a trumpet. It's like, if you think about a small sound hole like a gypsy guitar, and the way it cuts, and the way that the way you color the notes, the way you use your vibrato, everything has to be punchy, and it's like it's not crooning. Like when you put a ribbon mic by a singer's face, they can explore the sound in a way that's more like just that. It's like, you can squeeze the note. You hear a lot of the detail. This is a style of music where your right hand is absolutely the leader.
Yeah.
And how you articulate and punch the note. Like that's what makes the lines,
So after playing gypsy guitar now for like almost 15 years, has any of that translated into your electrical playing?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's like rest strokes. I mean, Stevie Ray Vaughan uses rest strokes. It's like that's how you dig into the sound. It's interesting because it's like but yeah, I mean, I'd say yes. Like when you want the metallic clank in your note and the power, for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of my right hand is influenced by that, but it's something that can dial in and out of my playing. It's kind of like it's not a big deal to just bring your wrist up. It's like you have this like invisible string here, and you go from playing this way to playing that way to just get more momentum. But yeah, I mean, I think it really does change the sound production quite a bit. Makes a lot more difference with like lower gain kind of.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Less compression.
Less compression. Yeah. But yeah, it's something I highly recommend people check out, just on the level of connecting to what all picked instruments were before amps, like oud and bouzouki. They all use the same right-hand technique. So
that's true. Yeah.
Anytime you're holding like a pick or a plectrum, that's the only way to project. It's just you don't have a wide enough motion any other way.
Yeah. Oh, it's cool. It's a different. I haven't gone down that path. I play a lot of other instruments. I play a lot of slide guitar and lap steels.
Yeah, I heard that.
Vice versa and stuff. By the way. Yeah. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah. So I haven't taken the time to. It's like no, I can't start with one more project.
Yeah, I'm done. Like every time I hear flamenco, I'm like.
That's a whole different thing too.
Yeah. You can't do everything. You have to.
No, you can't. Yeah.
You have to be like in your lane. Someone like, to me, the reason I was so drawn to it was like, okay, it's like this is just another way of playing lines, another way of improvising through changes. Like
Yeah.
that was the common thread. So if I had, because I see some people that were kind of, trying to learn at the same time I was, and it's like, man, they have to learn harmony. What a jag.
Yeah.
It's like I knew how to play changes. It
Yeah.
wasn't like there was nothing mysterious about what was happening in the music. Like that part, it's like a lot of minor six chords and stuff.
Yeah.
Very similar to bebop or to fusion, like not same, but like, it was kind of like a different interpretation of the harmony rather than relearning harmony.
Yeah.
It was really getting the sound, getting the kind of like attitude with the rhythm, understanding the groove.
Yeah, cool. So I'm not going to keep you all night or all day. So it's probably like lunchtime for you.
Yeah, soon.
So once the new Marvin album out, you guys decided on a release date?
We didn't decide on a release date, but we recorded. We basically did a thing where we recorded sets, the same music.
Oh, cool.
Beginning to end. Now we have a problem that we can't choose. Because we have it's 11 songs each set, so we have 55 songs. They all came out well.
Ooh, that's a lot.
And it's the same songs 5 times. We're gonna sell what you call VIP packs. People will get to get all of them and then help us choose. We'll do a referendum and
that's smart.
People choose from that is going to be what makes it to the album. But we also did video for everything, so they'll all be released.
That was my next question. That's great.
Yeah. So
I'm looking forward to seeing here that.
Yeah. I think it came out really well. It's the first time where I feel like we've done something that's really like our show.
Oh, cool.
So, it's more like our show than our live albums, which was like our show when we were like forever ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, when you have a release date, you have to hit me up, and I will share it on all our socials and
absolutely
spread the gospel of.
Yeah, thank you for having me on this. This is nice of you.
Thank you so much, Dani, for taking the time out of your schedule and chatting a bit about about your guitar playing and all of that.
Of course. Pleasure.